Hello, my name is Abe. Welcome back to Monster Train. Let's do another run, and maybe we'll luck into the spider event again, and maybe I'll be able to actually upgrade the spider event. Or upgrade the spiders faster and then have them... Because when you upgrade the spiders, if you upgrade the spiders and you get 4 of them in your deck, then you get upgraded spiders on top of the upgraded spiders. Spider, spider, spider. Awoken, Exile, Umbra, Default, Penumbra. It really does feel, oh, you push back, you son of, it really does feel like you want Capacity Penumbra. Deal 2 damage when an enemy unit moves between floors. It's pretty good early. Spell's getting an extra slot's pretty nice, but everything right now costs 1. Now, okay, this is all pretty good. A free morsel every turn is amazing, but units getting an extra upgrade slot, that's pretty good. I think that the, Capacity Architect might be the best one because you can fit a lot of morsels on the floor and you can just use that as a staging ground for the run. Monstrous is nice, but enemies do too much damage. Monstrous was the best one before they added the pact shards in the last Divinity DLC, when you could actually murder things. Should be able to kill them with the jack strips. Not so much anymore. Penumbra we can build on the top floor, because we have capacity. Now, I don't think I want to play Train Stewards up there. I think I just want him with a lot of morsels, but admittedly, we don't have that much morsel generation. I'll kill 1 Train Steward. And you, unfortunately, you are living. I don't have any direct damage, unfortunately. Rip. So we're just gonna buff our champ. Again, can't really kill you. You know, I can. Razor Sharp Edge will kill you next turn. That's awesome. You're also very strong right now. Right, that makes sense. Yeah. I like this so far. We're gonna need to upgrade a lot in this deck. I really like root seeds and making them free. It's a very strong upgrade. You know what, we get enough HP, we'll have that pay for itself very shortly. I do like Umbra, I like Penumbra, but I feel like, again, in the pack shards, it's really hard to actually make a run work with any of the other options. Monstrous is too big. You're not guaranteed to get enough, lifesteal on him. Ooh, I didn't mean to put you in front, dude. You know what? There you go. Now you'll get eaten properly. But, yeah, we'll try to make it work. Hopefully we can just make good units. I guess if you have the card that is Ember Drain and Lifesteal, you can use that to give him Lifesteal, but... Store health, draw 2, apply 4 damage, and spikes 2. Consume, apply regen. Lifesteal is a much better form of regen. Focused growth is good draw, and a heal. We don't really need the heal if we have regen, but there's always gonna be some units that need a heal. It's kind of a good fallback card, but I don't think it's what we're looking for. When you summon a morsel, create a copy. Gorge damage shield, Husk Hermit, sweep. Well, I mean, buffing a Husk Hermit's not that bad. It's a really good, quick unit. We have a lot of capacity. We can probably buff it. I like the idea of getting an Awoken unit though, because if we get a Animus with multi-strike, we can just upgrade the hell out of that Animus. But you never know what you're gonna get. We also do not have enough money to actually upgrade our units with big upgrades. So I think we will go to the left. We can get a couple of cheap spell upgrades at least. Draw one and then put it back. Deal damage when an enemy unit enters the train. We'll do draw one, put it back. I actually do have barely enough for a double stack. We're not playing Gem Trove. Animus of Quickness. I mean, we could meld it onto the Husk Hermit. It's not the worst idea in the world. It gets us quick. North says not going for doggies? Doggies? The hell? It's a form of quickness, so I'll add it. And we will, oh, we can't even put magic power on anything. I guess we will put the -1 on all of the root seeds and start buffing those, because those are actually good spells. All right, well, it's not that bad. Definitely not the units that we wanted, but that's okay. I guess we can buff the damage on the sweeper ourselves. Umbra units, the wardens, or whatever they're called. I don't like, I used to really love like the lifesteal and the damage shield minions because they were really good. They're not as good anymore because of the fact that everything does so much damage in pack shards, in Divinity. You need damage. Tanking is fine, but you need to be able to output damage. So I could take a Crucible Warden and give it Morsels for damage shield, but it's still just gonna die if we don't have a damage unit. So that's why I think taking a damage unit's better. Ultimately, a little bit. A wee little bit. Do this, do this. Probably not gonna put the Animus up here. Probably just put the Sweeper behind Penumbra. So we'll just put the Animus behind a Train Steward just to have some damage. Oh, damn it. And now I can't get to you. Oh, man. Razor Sharp would have done it. I'm an idiot. That's multiple mistakes being made there. Oh well. I don't need gold. Why do you need money on a run? Just have infinite money like we did on the one run. Whoops. That was not a smart move. That's okay. We're doing enough damage. 3 energy. Do not need a Shade Splitor. Oh, you're not quick yet. That's the problem. Okay. I was wondering what was going on there. What do we not need? We do not need a razor sharp edge right now. We might play it on the Discipled Foot Soldier, but I want morsels right now. Buff, buff, and buff. Oh, I can't even place another one. RIP! What am I doing? They're the closest things to dogs in the game. Yeah, except for the ones that are actual dogs. That was completely unnecessary because we already had the kill on him. That's whatever. There is, you know, the Bone Pup. Lifesteal 4, Ember Drain 2. It's a good card. Restore a unit to full health and then swap attack and health. Deal 3 damage, move a unit to the front. If we have sweep, we don't need this, and if we're quick, we don't need this. Adaptive Mutation is interesting. Oh, we got an Animus. We got an Animus, an Animus. We got an Animus, Animus. It really depends on what we get out of. Oh, there is no Merchant of Steel. So do you make the sweep multi-strike or do you make them quick with the merge? That's tough, that's tough. We could put quick on this Animus. but quick is much better on the sweeper. Well, in that case, we could just have an animus. Oh, I don't know. But there's a hell vent. Well, I think we want... You can get quick as an emblem, you can't get sweep outside of meddling, or melding. Yeah, but... The question is... Multi-strike is good. Quick is good. What's more important? Is it more important to have a Husk Hermit with multi-strike or with quick? And I think it's more important to have him with quick, because he can kill all the support units and we can still have an animus behind him. I think that's more important. I think we will go to the left, because I don't really care about duping right now. I don't think we have anything worth duplicating. So let's go for the spell upgrades. I think we will put quick on the Husk Hermit, and then we can just buff the hell out of him. And then we have an animus that has multi-strike too, which is good enough. But like the Husk Hermit, he just needs to kill the support units, and then the animus can just kill anything big, you know? I think this is fine. I think it's okay. I think it's acceptable. I think it's whatever. And then holdover is amazing. Probably put that on a, well, on a root seeds it's pretty good. On a razor sharp it's even better. As long as you don't kill your own units. Purchase unit, get an upgraded version later. Purchase spell, get an upgraded version later. I don't like these, but we'll purge a, I'm gonna purge Gem Drove. If we can make that free, we can actually make it playable, but right now it's unplayable to the extreme. That might be the smartest move I've ever made in this game. We have enough money to Emberstone Holdover or Razor Sharp Edge. I think we should. I like this. I like this. Purge the Husk Hermit, imagine how strong he would be. Don't tempt me. Once we get the holdover, we can buff him. We don't need to buff him right now. You push units to the back, you piece of... Well, I can put a morsel in front of you at least. At least I can put a morsel in front. You garbage girl. Maybe I'm okay with this for now, and then you'll push back again in a minute. Then we don't have to worry about it. Piece of garbage. I would like to get the energy. Hell yeah. Why not put the Husk Hermit in front so we can eat the morsels? So, the reason why I'm not doing that is because I don't care about the Husk Hermit getting buffed except for damage. And the way we're gonna do that is Razor Sharp Edge. We're going to use the Penumbra as the tank. They're gonna swap positions right now because of the boss, so maybe we will have him eat a few things. But we want him to get more damage because he is the sweeper unit. So by the end of this, we want him to have a lot of damage, a little bit of health in the back. We do not want to put a train steward up there. We can put one here, let it die. Hopefully she moves to the top floor. It'll be waves remaining 2. Nope. Okay. Please move to the top floor at your earliest convenience, my lady. This is where it gets a little scary. He is gonna be eating morsels at this point. I mean, honestly, if he eats all the morsels, it's not the end of the world. Ah, perfect. You're gonna get pushed to the back. We could also razor sharp, then adaptive mutation, and it'll effectively be a big HP buff on a unit, but I just want the damage right now. There we go. They're in the right order. Immortal Trade will wait. Could also just play the Animus and start buffing the Animus, but we can only do that one time before she dies, because she does not have health. We could play her Adaptive Mutate, then Razor Sharp, actually. You know what? That's very funny. You do this, 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 and that opens up the room to play the Razor Sharp multiple times now. Save that. This is what we want out of the floor, basically. This is a perfect floor for us. Couldn't you chump block with a morsel to prevent movement? I didn't have a morsel. Actually, I did have a morsel. I played my morsels and then realized she was pushing me around. So that's a misplay, really. 48 HP or 17. Well, you're dead anyways. I guess this one. So the misplay was on me, let's be clear. Wretch, Kindle, Shroud Mitosis. Shroud Mitosis is amazing, and maybe we'll get the option to make this a stupid spell that can actually buff by duplicating. We summon a morsel, create a copy. Do we care? Do we care about Wiltwood? No. When you summon a morsel, create a copy. Man, I really just don't care. I could put you in the Animus, but... What's coming up? Awoken Banner, Merchant of Steel. Who else could have misplayed? The Winged? Well, I mean, they did lose, so, Summon a morsel, create a copy. It's a banner unit, and it's a bad banner unit is the problem. I guess you can get really good making of a morsel copying, so... Maybe we'll try a morsel master, get him unlocked permanently. Energy draw capacity. Draw. We want to upgrade, well, energy, because we want to play the root seeds, which will give us draw. You need to go left. We have no money. I want large stones. We have no money. I'm a scream. We got some money. Steel Singer. Summon, gain 80 health, rejuvenate +1 attack permanently. Whoa. Now that's a unit meld. +20, +40. Put that in the Animus. Starts out at a 60 damage unit that gets stronger when you heal. We're not gonna heal him, but it's a solid buff. You know what? We don't have money, so I think we take this for the unit melding here in the Divine Temple. We could also give them multi-strike and put the Animus inside of them, but it's a big unit. We're not big on healing. We don't have any heals in the deck, so this is not what we're going for, but the stats are to die for. To die for! You need the most capacity you could possibly get. Now we could make a unit big and then make them big again. What's our capacity like right now? 3, so 0. 5 capacity floor, Husk Hermit, Animus. Animus would be too big. We could just make the Animus their own floor, I guess. It's gonna be a huge unit. We don't need the Husk Hermit to have that much HP. On the Animus, it gives a lot of room for the buffs. We want you to be buffed too. It's really tempting to just do this on the Animus, isn't it? We need money. We need a lot of money. Enemy units appear on each floor. Easy. It's not that much damage. You I don't need. Please leave. We also don't have any morsels, which is unfortunate on this turn. You know? Oh, we should not be playing on the top floor. Let's kill one of you. We take 2 more damage, but nothing makes it past. Yeah, we should be playing on the bottom, clearly. Maybe we will play you at some point. We're gonna be playing the Animus on the bottom, I think. Well, no, we... Let's go for the sweep in. Yeah, I think we're gonna still do it that way. Everything will fit. I know they're getting strong. I know. You need damage shield, which means you can take damage. And then maybe we can keep you alive for a second. You can do 6 damage. Okay. We should have put Immortal Trade back on the top. But at least we have Adaptive Mutation. Oh, but you have damage shield, so you're actually kind of fine. We need to buff the hell out of the Animus with Razor Sharp, I think. But we also need you to die. This will do it. So let's start there. I guess we could put the Morsel Master behind the Animus? You're doing 62, 12, dying, 22, quick sweep. Why are you dying? Because you're taking 22 and then 62, and then 12 is going to you. By Adaptive Mutate, you're doing 48 and 22, which is still enough damage to kill you. Is it? Let me, 48, 22, 70 damage. I like it. Now, I would very much love to buff you for a moment. You're doing 100 damage per turn. I kind of need you to kill the boss. Can you do it on your own? No, not even close. Okay, we're gonna have to buff the hell out of you. Mortal Trade is a pretty good start. $45 HP. Yeah, so that's really good. That's really good. This is really good. Now you're dead. That happened fast. This is why we need an Animus. It is like the best unit in the game. Oh yeah, we're gonna get a gem trove at some point. Maybe even now. I think we can take a focused growth. I think we've learned that a little bit of healing is nice. Gain 25 gold when played. It'll be free when it comes back around. So that's gonna be a 0-cost gem trove in a minute. I think we have to go to a concealed caverns, man. I wanna see what we get. Holdovers, another holdover. We can make another holdover razor sharp. I think we'd rather have a holdover making of a morsel. Double stack? I mean, Lifesteal 8 is huge. Ember Drain 4 sucks, but we do have a lot of 0-cost cards that are gonna be playable, so... For endless situations, I think I do like it. Should have looked at this. Yeah, intrinsic spell chain is kind of nice. Shroud might, you know what? I'm an idiot. Shroud, you hold that over, you dummy. Summon a friendly rebel unit to the front of the floor, or buff a unit. I mean, strike melee weakness is pretty good. That's a good upgrade for the Animus, I think. We should have definitely melded before we did that, by the way. That's a mistake on my part. Anyways, they are an 83 health Animus now. They're very big. Okay, I like it. Non-boss enemy units get multi-strike. I think we turn this on. I think we have enough HP to survive. The real question is, where do we play? Because right now we have 5 capacity on Penumbra's floor. If we play the Animus of Will on Penumbra's floor, there's no room for Morsel Master. We could have Morsel Master on the floor of Husk Hermit. If we play Husk Hermit, they're gonna take 20 damage. We can play Morsels in front. I guess the real question is, you know, do you play Penumbra at the bottom or Husk Hermit? I think you play Husk Hermit, the sweep kill, which means you pretty much need Penumbra to tank. Penumbra doesn't have to live, by the way. Penumbra can just kind of be here. Lifesteal goes a long way. Okay, yeah. Buff the hell out of you. We'll buff your damage for now. We're gonna try to make a tanky bottom floor, with the Animus being a little bit higher. Good, I like it. Who are we not gonna play? We're gonna play not a Train Steward. Okay, and then Lifesteal here is very good. So we're gonna play Animus at the top. She's the final line of defense. And here, we're gonna double down on Lifesteal. We want our tank in the front to never die. Holdover Morsel Miner. Probably just, yeah, dupe the hell out of that up here on the top floor. You get armor, it doesn't matter. And you're gonna give me 2 energy next turn. Okay, I like it, I like it. If we can make the Animus 1 pip, that would be ideal. Probably not gonna happen, but I suppose you never know. Weirder things could happen. You're not making it past the Animus. Well, I guess I'd rather dupe the good one here. We don't need more sweep damage. put all of the damage on you. Increasing the sweep damage doesn't actually stop anything from moving up. Mortal Trade next turn. And we will do the same thing. You might as well dupe the good one. But I'm pretty certain that nothing is gonna make it past her. I don't think it's gonna be you. You might think it might be you. I don't think it's gonna be you. We don't even do that much damage on that floor. I don't even do enough damage down here. And we might want capacity, because then we can put the Morsel Master on the floor with the Animus. But do we really need Morsel Master on the Animus floor? We can always just dupe Morsels. Minus capacity plus energy. We do have a garbage floor. Energy is not that necessary. We have 4, everything's pretty cheap. I'm gonna say this is not important. And we're about to get a good gem trove anyways. I know I keep saying that, it will happen. This is not that much extra damage on the Animus. I don't care about the Awake. Oh, a 0 cost gem trove, thank you. Can we make this holdover now? We gotta upgrade units, actually. We still have a lot of upgrade opportunity. Daze when they enter the train, daze and melee weakness on the bottom floor in the first wave. Guess a 50% chance of daze is better, technically speaking. We got quick, which is very unfortunate, because it means we didn't need to Animus of Speed in the Husk Hermit, but you never know when it's gonna show up like that. We're also gonna have 1 to 2 more Merchants of Steel, depending on where we want to go. Really want holdover on a lot of things, let's be honest. Let's see what we get here. Oh, literally exactly what we wanted. Thank you. I feel a lot better now. Oh, yeah, whew. Easy, okay. I'll add another multi-strike on you, why not? All right, well, GG. Nah, we're fine. All right, that's pretty solid. We could have theoretically gotten another upgrade on her, but I was totally fine just putting a small stone on her, because we can dupe her and put her on the same floor with everyone else. Yeah, we're happy. We'd be happy. Is 35 gold? That didn't give you some HP, and the only thing that matters on you is more HP. Yep. I'm gonna play everything else in this floor, or on this turn. I like that it copies the Ember Drain there. Should have also put the Morsel Master in front of the Animus, but that's okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna win. I think we're gonna win just because we got just the perfect luck there. I mean, that's exactly what we wanted to see, and we got it. We have so much raw damage, and we're just gonna dupe the Animus anyways. are we doing? 20 times 2? Start buffing you. At least this makes it a very simple run. Like, all we have to do is just play all of our razor sharps and morsels on the same floor. Your armor does not matter, friend. I don't care about you. Sorry. You know what, here? Yeah, why not? We don't really need to worry about draw either, because we get extra draw by playing the root seeds, and we have the extra energy to play the root seeds to begin with. We just buff the hell out of the champion, keep getting more morsels. I guess we don't really need another Animus, because that just does mean that we're splitting the upgrades, but having another one is not a problem at all. You could just play her on her own floor, if nothing else. She is a 90 damage unit with 80 HP, and she also buffs the damage that she's doing. You know what? Let's swap your health. And at the end of all of this, we still have one mortal trade, which we can use to keep everyone alive for the Relentless. It's good. It's good. What we will not do is play on the top floor on the final fight. What we will do instead is play on the bottom floor, but up to that point we can play on the top. And then here, just give me a dead weight, mortal trade. Whew. That's a lot of melee weakness damage. Kindle adapting mutation again, cycle of life. Don't need him. We want capacity. And we don't really need unit upgrades anymore. Animus is done, Husk is done. We could have gotten one on the Animus. Had I re-rolled, we could have had another multi-strike. It's not that important. I can just dupe her, make another one. I can make another one! I might even be able to put another upgrade on her, depending on what's in the cavern. So let's see what we get. Yeah, more health. I mean, it's really tempting. You know, I like this, because what we can do is when we can buff Husk Hermit manually up until they do enough damage to one-shot weak units. We can exchange the health and the damage of this Animus if we draw that Consume card to give her a 100 damage attack with 38 health. Her health doesn't matter. And we're actually gonna dupe her immediately. Solid. And then what's coming up? Another Divine Temple. I guess, like, theoretically we could try to go for 150. I don't think we're gonna be hitting 150. The one problem is raw health on the Architect. They only have 40 HP. That's not that much. Everything else has more health. We might want to have the Husk Hermit be the tank. Armor should not matter. This is almost a free trial. They don't haste. We can play on the top to buy us time. We want to dupe lifesteal, so we will do it like this. I'll just do it like this. I guess we're gonna dupe all of them. By the time they make it to the top, they will be killable. Although, I guess they would be dazed at the bottom, but we're gonna have the sweep out. The sweep's gonna crush them. So Husk Hermit should tank for the Animus behind. We can play the Morsel first. Then we can play Husk Hermit. Well, really, Morsel Master should tank for the Husk Hermit, and the Husk Hermit should tank for the Animus. I think that's the order that we want. Don't need a mortal trade. Now, not everything's dying. They will. Because you play another Animus. Now you're taking 304 damage. And then we put a little bit more damage on the sweeper, I think. Told you it was enough. I told you. I don't know, just throwing him away, basically. You know what I would have liked to have seen? +3 capacity on a random floor. Would have been a great relic. There's only room for 2 Morsels there. I feel like the Morsel Master is a bad unit, but in actuality, it is nice to have him just to, well, really just to get that achievement unlocked. And then you now do 2.5 times the damage. That's free money. Probably should not be playing anything, especially not down there. Mortal Trade's in hand. No, I made a mistake. Ah, but this guy's gonna crush him. Our sweep's gonna kill you. You're gonna do 30 damage a turn. We have more than that lifesteal-wise. Okay. I will buff you. And again. And again. I mean, we built the run to be kind of simple at this point. We just play the best morsel we have, we buff the Animus, and we press end turn. Oh look, you're dead. And oh look, I have 8 more lifesteal. He barely even lasted 1 round. I want the opposite of engine upgrade. I want more capacity. Unfortunately, that one never showed up. So yeah, we don't need a Merchant of Steel. We'll go for another Hellvent. We can make another Animus. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Spell Chain and Intrinsic. I mean, Spell Chain Gem Trove dupe is very funny. Permafrost. We don't really need to permafrost anything either because we can kick it back to the next turn with the Cheater's Hand. +2 capacity on the middle floor. Oh, thank you. It's the perfect route. I mean, like, how could I not? It's just too good. I know we could make another Animus, but I mean, it's damage shield 2 to all enemies, add 6 morsels. Okay, that might be a little bit too much, but it is still really funny. I mean, we're already at floor capacity as well. Maybe you want another, like, Razor Sharp? Just buffing the damage? I'd take another Gem Trove. Then we'll just purge cards. Yeah, we're not gonna hit 150, so we'll just purge a Well, really, once we get making of a morsel, we don't need shade splitters. And we have a free card that generates multiple better morsels. I think 2 razor sharps is totally fine. Did we dump making of a morsel number 2? We just don't need it. You know what, sure. Consume. 22 card deck as well. Man, that seems very thin. And I love Mind Jacks. So Adaptive Mutation, I mean, we know what we're doing with that. We're immediately gonna play it on, you know what? We have to play on the top here. We're gonna play that to crush the, or we're gonna do that to buff the health of one of the Animuses. One of the Animusi. Now we're gonna get sapped to the extreme. It doesn't matter. And one of the Animuses is gonna have to shuffle, but I don't really care about that either. I think you adapt a mutation. That way you don't have to worry about the sap. You're gonna have enough damage to kill everything. And now we have the ability to play the Husk Hermit. We're gonna have to buff him with Razor Sharp to kill these Shade Wings, but that's not a problem. There we go. And then I think you just, well, we'll play a Pack Morsel for another Morsel. We only get to play one, but that's okay. We should have just killed the other 2, I suppose. All right, I guess we don't need this many gem troves. I want to play everything. I guess dump the deadweight. Oh yeah, I forgot. That's a lot of gem troves. We gotta kill units. This would be a great run for this. I don't care. This would be a great run for the auto eat unit, because we could just force feed him an infinite number of morsels at this point. Well, I guess I don't need to play you right now. As weird as it is better to wait. How many morsels do I have in the deck? Only 1 more coming up. Okay, that's not that bad. I guess this other Animus is just gonna wait for Relentless before she gets played. Just totally fine. Any lifesteal morsels? Hey, there we go. I'll put 1. And then, well, we're killing everything. Okay. That's a lot of damage shield. I'm very happy with this. I'm happy with my own decision-making processes here because I specifically got rid of the gem trove. I could have kept it and tried to upgrade it so it was playable. Instead, I tossed it aside and it came back even stronger. Shroud My Toastess gives me 1 morsel. All right, well. I guess. I had a mortal trade in hand. That was a mistake. I kept kicking the Animus back. I forgot all about a mortal trade. Yeah, everything's dying in one hit. And, like, we actually are getting value out of Morsel Master, too, which is funny to me. Alright, take the lifesteal. And honestly, I don't want to have to deal with actually playing those cards. And the only reason we're taking damage is because it's relentless. And we're just not healing back by hitting you. It's a lot of damage. This has been a good run. We definitely got lucky. I would have loved to have seen a cave-in as well, because that would allow us to overfill one floor without having to rely on the lucky 1-pip Animus play. But if you gotta rely on the 1-pip Animus play, you gotta rely on the 1-pip Animus play, you know? It's a pretty good opening turn here. By that I mean a very good opening turn here. I don't know, just wanted to see him in action, basically. You living? You're living. Are you gonna, you're gonna be living. You're gonna be living. The important units are gonna be dying. Yum. All right, well, this is where we just press end turn until the enemies die. No, it's not gonna be only that easy. We're gonna have to work for it a little bit. I don't have any morsels. What? Well, that's okay. Dude, I don't care about you getting stronger. I do have a morsel! It's called making of a morsel. I thought that was the morsel duplicator. So I'm an idiot. You're dying? I refuse. I refuse to let you die. Are you still dying? I guess you're just taking a lot of damage, huh? How about this? There you go, now you're living. All right. Not enough room, huh? Highly unfortunate. I hate that they're, so, let's talk, okay? Way back in the day, the morsels used to count as one of your units. And if one of your units died, it would do things like buff armor on harvest units, harvest enemies. It made it really hard to play as Umbra, because if you tried to play morsels and they would get gorged upon, it would buff the enemies, and it was not really necessarily intended that that was how it would work. But the morsels still count for capacity, so you can still only play 7 units on a floor, which makes it really hard to play a lot of morsels. Because you can only play like I can only play 2 morsels per floor because I have a stacked floor. So I kind of wish that morsels didn't count for floor capacity in the same way that they don't count for oh, you're not dying. That they don't count for harvest triggers. They also have their own separate eaten pile so that they don't come back from reformation. That's what I would like. How much damage are you taking? 75. You will live. And you still have lifesteal. Because I want to play all of these morsels on the same floor. It's thematic for Umbra, but there's just not enough room. They're tiny. Surely there's enough room for these morsels. They're super tiny. I can't kill you. You're just gonna make it and hit the pyre for 50. I wish that wasn't the case, but there's not really much I can do about it. You're also stealthed, so I can't kill you. I hate the stealthed minions. Also, I gotta start putting Immortal Trade back on the draw. Counter effect, if they don't count as units, then you won't be able to use things that proc off you playing units either. Well, that's the thing. The boss in the middle, I forget the name of the boss. It's the second boss on floor 6. He summons those shards. One of his effects is when you summon a minion, they will get stunned for a turn. That doesn't happen with morsels because they don't actually count as units. Or minions, I suppose. The patient, no, not the patient, the penitent, whatever the seraph is that grows stronger and applies melee weakness, that also doesn't work with morsels. You can play a morsel and you're not gonna buff him. So like morsels, they really just shouldn't be units. They shouldn't count for anything that counts as units. Except if they die, then they should count for a harvest. But if they don't die, it should be fine. That's my thinking anyways. But I just wish that like I could get more value out of playing my morsels, because I can literally only play 2. I can make a lot. They're not gonna do anything. Anyways, can you just like die? You're gonna hit my pyre for 20. Because you're invisible. I have no spells. Now, is that on me? Maybe. It might be. But also, I have no spells that can hit you. $14.04, huh? You're gonna live for one more round? You know what? Go ahead. This is not the end. You will see that this is not the... He died to the sweeper. He had like 40 health left. It was a pretty good run though. Look at that. Look at that. A nice solid monster train run with animuses and umbras. A match made in heaven. Well, really I think it's awoken animuses with the like incant triggers from Stygian with a lot of cheap spells is awesome. But yeah, like I want to be able to play more morsels. It's the TLDR from there. There is the unit, I suppose, the Umbra unit, Morsel Maid. You can force feed him morsels, but he's the only thing in the game that does that. You could say that feed and retch, it's a uncommon spell, I think. Let me see here. Spell. Feast. Feast allows you to trigger with the morsels, and then you can play more, but I feel like the value from Feast is that if you like really need lifesteal, you can force feed it into the unit on the current turn, so it's active without having to wait a turn. But I just want to be able to play more morsels, because on a run like this where we're purposefully putting everything in one floor, there's just not enough room. There's capacity, there's definitely pips, but I just can't literally put the units down. There's a maximum of 7, and I wonder if that's a holdover from like a balancing thing or what. Because you can put some seriously big units on a floor. You know, you can cave in the +2 capacity, +30, chipped up Animus. You play 5 of them, you keep holding over a cave in, you stack up one floor, it's got 7 big Animuses on it. You're like 50 pips worth of units. You can make a big floor. So I guess here's my thinking. Here's my my proposal for rebalancing. You can fit double the capacity if you overload it, and no more. That way you can actually still overload on morsels. How about that? How about that? If you have enough capacity bonuses, you can keep playing units. Although I suppose it would still be nice to play the morsels on a overcapacitated floor, you know, just let me play the morsels. How about you can play 1 morsel per pip, you know? I don't know. I think there's a way to rebalance it to make the morsels a little bit more satisfying, because when you get big units down on floors, we didn't even have that many big units. We just had a lot of them. When you have a lot of units on the floor, it's really hard to put morsels down on them. Anyways, it's one way of incentivizing in the game, I suppose, having a few strong units as opposed to many weak units. You know, you're not going to have a floor of everything we had and then add in like a couple of 1 pip those shards that give you like armor when you cast a spell, or frostbite to the enemies when you cast a spell. They're Stygian card, but like you're not going to have a few of those around because you just can't play them anywhere. You've got to constantly be worried about your capacity and how much you can actually play. I feel like the entire system could be a little bit more interesting. Anyways, good run, and for those of you on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe for more. Check me out on Twitch for when I go live. Support the channel at the various links below in the video description, and I hope to see you here again for the next run of Monster Train.